Money is more than currency. It is power. And the world is quietly at war over that power. This is not a battle fought with weapons or armies. It's a silent war, fought in vaults, boardrooms, and central banks. The stakes? Control over economies, societies, and ultimately, the lives of billions. Few realize it, but financial control has been the objective of elites for centuries. From ancient empires to modern corporations, those who master the flow of money can shape the world. They influence who prospers, who struggles, and even which ideas gain traction. And while most people see everyday transactions, prices, and salaries as natural, every element is part of a carefully managed system designed to concentrate power. Banks, governments, and corporations don't just react to events. They create the conditions that determine outcomes. Credit is extended or withheld, interest rates manipulated, and policies enacted to favor certain groups over others. Scarcity is often engineered, abundance restricted, and trust subtly influenced. The ordinary citizen experiences the result as coincidence or market forces, but the truth is far more deliberate. Consider the global financial system as a chessboard. Every move, from interest rate decisions to liquidity injections, is calculated. Every crisis, every boom, and every bust is a strategic play that consolidates influence for those who understand the rules. And these rules are invisible to most people. This silent war has consequences that ripple through societies. Wealth accumulates in the hands of a few, inequality grows, and ordinary people face limitations they rarely question. But knowledge is power. Once you understand the mechanisms, the cycles, and the invisible strategies at work, the game becomes visible. You begin to see the rules, anticipate the moves, and recognize that what feels inevitable is often engineered. The truth is stark. The war for financial control has been ongoing for centuries, and its outcome shapes every aspect of modern life. Understanding it is not just education, it's empowerment. Section 2. Let's explore the mechanisms of this silent war. Control over money is not wielded through force, it's wielded through systems, influence, and perception. Credit, debt, and liquidity are the invisible weapons. Those who manage them can shape entire economies without ever firing a shot. Take central banks as an example. Their decisions about interest rates, bond purchases, and money supply influence everything, from housing prices to corporate profits, from job markets to the value of savings. These institutions operate in secrecy, yet their actions dictate how billions live, spend, and invest. Ordinary people rarely see the strings being pulled, yet they feel the results in every paycheck, every bill, every loan. Corporations also play their part. Through mergers, acquisitions, and strategic positioning, they consolidate influence over markets, labor, and resources. Every product, service, and asset is part of a larger network that quietly reinforces control. Scarcity is managed, prices are influenced, and opportunities are restricted, all in ways most never notice. Even global crises like recessions or sudden market crashes often serve as tools in this silent war. They create leverage, redistribute wealth, and reinforce dependency. Those with insight, foresight, or influence emerge stronger, while the majority bear the consequences. Scarcity feels natural because it is engineered. Stability feels fragile because it is controlled. Understanding these invisible mechanisms allows you to see the patterns. Boom and bust cycles, sudden policy shifts, and financial crises are not accidents. They are outcomes of deliberate strategy, designed to maintain influence and control over the many while concentrating power among the few. In this silent war, awareness is your first defense. Knowledge reveals the players, the tools, and the invisible rules of the game. The more you understand, the less you are a pawn, and the more you can navigate, protect, and even leverage the system.
Section 3. Now let's look at the tools of control, the silent weapons of this financial war. Debt is the first. Every loan, mortgage, or credit card is more than just money borrowed. It's leverage. Those who control lending control choices, mobility, and opportunity. A society deeply in debt is predictable, dependent, and constrained. Next, consider money itself. Currency is more than a medium of exchange, it's a measure of influence. By controlling the creation, distribution, and value of money, elites shape behavior on a massive scale. Quantitative easing, interest rate adjustments, and digital currency experiments aren't random. They are tools to guide economies, influence markets, and manage perception. Then there's information. Knowledge is power, and controlling what people understand about money, finance, and policy is crucial. Most of the population sees headlines and hears advice that reinforces belief in scarcity, market forces, and natural crises. Rarely do they see the underlying strategies, the deliberate redistribution, or the invisible manipulation of resources and credit. Even global crises like recessions, inflation spikes, or banking collapses are not purely accidental. They are often the predictable outcomes of long-term strategies designed to consolidate control. Every crash, every boom, every policy decision is a move in this silent war. A war fought invisibly, with consequences that ripple through the lives of billions. Recognizing the patterns changes your perspective. Boom and bust cycles, rising prices, and sudden economic shocks are no longer mysteries. They're outcomes of deliberate systems, strategies, and power plays. The ordinary citizen may feel trapped, but understanding the mechanics is the first step to navigating, resisting, and protecting against the invisible forces shaping the world. Because in this war, knowledge is the real weapon, and awareness is the shield. The more you understand how financial control operates, the more you can see the moves before they happen and prepare yourself in a system designed to favor the few. Section 4. The silent war for financial control isn't fought in the open. It thrives in the shadows of ignorance and distraction. Every inflation wave, every debt crisis, every unexpected market event is part of a larger pattern, a war of systems, not soldiers. And yet, even in this silence, power is never absolute, because control only works when people don't see the strings. The moment you begin to notice the connections between money, policy, and perception, you begin to reclaim power. You realize that scarcity is not always natural, that value is not always fair, and that control is often disguised as stability. The truth is simple but uncomfortable. This war is ongoing, and its battlefield is your financial reality. But awareness changes everything. Once you understand that this system was built, not born, you can begin to navigate it on your own terms. In the next and final part of this series, How the Money System Was Designed to Keep You Dependent, we'll uncover how the very structure of modern finance was built to ensure dependency, and how breaking that dependency begins with understanding the system itself. Because power isn't just about wealth, it's about awareness. And once you see the game, you can never unsee it. If this episode helped you see things differently, subscribe, because the deeper we go, the clearer the truth becomes. Your awareness is your greatest defense and your greatest weapon.